All right, we are live. Welcome to the first episode of Just Enough to Be Dangerous. I am Southern Tigger, the beautiful woman. Whoop, hang on a second. Over this, no,
Wrong way.
wrong way, is Athena. She's my better half. And
Hi.
on the end is supposed to be Limitless, but Limitless's connection is actually limited at the moment. So he was here a minute ago, and hopefully he'll be popping back in with us here shortly. Um, and so we'll see what's going on. If you have any comments, the comments are open and live. Athena is going to be moderating for us. So hopefully we will get going as soon as Limitless gets back in here. But for the time being, let's talk about some things going on. How are you, Athena?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
I had a busy day today.
Yeah? What'd you do?
Yeah. Went for a walk with my sister in the freezing cold weather. It was actually pretty invigorating.
How cold was it?
It was about 25 degrees this morning.
Ouch.
Yeah. Unusual for us, but um, did the usual Saturday chore stuff and I took the dog for a walk and spent a little time with you.
Yeah. Yep. That's what we did. Got our grocery shopping out of the way because they're talking about us maybe getting a little bit of snow and ice tonight. I'm hoping that we don't. Um, so sorry, I'm distracted. I'm just checking to see if Limitless is popping back into the backstage area here.
Okay.
Um, and we do have one viewer. Hello, viewer, whoever you are.
Hi, viewer.
Um, hope you're enjoying this banter and just give us a little bit of time because we're waiting on Limitless to jump back in. Well, I see he's muted. I
All
think
right.
Limitless back here. Oh, well, he was here with us, and he's now gone. So he'll be back hopefully here shortly. Um, so let's go back over. Oh, hang on a second. I see him pop back in here now to the stream, and there he is. What's going on? The man, the myth, the legend in his own.
What's going on?
Welcome,
So
welcome.
it is
Internet's
the George.
fun. Thank you.
It is the Walmart version of George
Yeah.
Clooney. All right, here we go.
In the flesh.
All right, so let's get this started, shall we? First thing we're going to talk about is your viral video. So I showed this to Athena today.
Which one?
Oh, you know the one I'm talking about. So we're going to pull it up.
The unicorn
here.
horn?
Yep. So, you know that we're going to show it. So
Oh, yeah.
So, what in the world were you thinking when that thing popped out to 270,000 views?
Well, so just this, I was just sitting on the front porch playing around with Snapchat filters, and I came across that one, and I'm like, oh, I gotta record this. And I honestly, that was a single take. I winged it. I had some fun with it. I put that very popular song on in the background that was, going kind of viral at the time, and I posted it. And I think, I don't know, 4 hours later, I went and got back on and checked, and I was already at 20,000 views. And I'm like, well, not what I expected to be famous for, but here we go.
Yeah, with that, when I pulled it up, because you'd actually, I think, did a duet to somebody else talking about what video you didn't think would go viral, and then you would put that up there. I went and checked it out again for tonight, and I was like, holy crap, that thing hit 270,000 views. I
Yeah.
was like, damn, I think the highest view rating I've got on any of mine is like 1,500, which coincidentally is the number of viewers I actually have. That's kind of odd, but
Yeah. Usually my views, they average whatever's active of my followers at that particular time. Like, I know
Yeah.
people tell me that I'm on their For You page, but I'm on my followers' For You page. I am not making it to the actual For You page. So
yeah, I haven't had
that's
one
fine.
hit there yet. Yeah. I haven't had one hit there yet either. So, though my last couple of videos actually have done pretty well. They haven't
There you
had
go.
the numbers I've liked, but they've had the duets and people sharing them. So that's means more to me than actually the likes and stuff like that. As I see that their
Sure.
positivity factor from those videos is actually working. So that to me is what's really good about it to me.
Yeah, I mean, that's where it's at.
Yeah, I really don't care about the numbers. It's not a big deal. So, Athena, I think you had a question.
Yeah, I had a question. So Limitless Designs, tell me some more about that. I know it's not your primary job.
No. So Limitless Designs came about just because, which I'm in the studio right now, actually. It honestly, it just came about because, my wife, without going into too much detail, she's not working, and she hasn't been for several years. She's actually not physically capable of it. So she's actually really artistic and really creative, and we've always wanted to try these tumblers that we've been seeing all over the internet. So I figured I would leverage my following base on and kick that thing off. Well, it's done really, really well. Not only are we making custom tumblers for people, but I sprinkle in some hoodies every now and then, some t-shirts, things like that. My wife did masks when when the pandemic first dropped and masks started to become a requirement. And now it's got my name on it. It's got my TikTok name on it, but it is all my wife. She does it all.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. All right.
Yeah.
What
I'm
is
really proud of her.
what is one of the Yeah, I was going to say I was going to ask what is one of the most one of the creations that you're most proud of, or she's most proud of, or one of the
I'm
best
not
ones
sure.
that you've made.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one she's the most proud of. It's probably whichever one was the last one that she made. She always gets super excited every time she gets a new customer, and she's always pushing her boundaries. I think as far as me, because I'll go in and make a cup every now and then, or I'll make a t-shirt and stuff like that. I actually think the cup that I've been drinking out of tonight is probably my favorite one. It's got several different layers to it. The base coat is these really, really vibrant colors. Then I put my Limitless sticker over it, painted it gray, and then put a wood grain design on it, and then peeled my Limitless stickers off and put some epoxy on it.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks good.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah.
Still waiting on my design. I need to talk to Bonnie, I guess.
I know, man. It's saved. I'll pull it up. I'll work on it for 5 minutes, and then the kids will start freaking out, and I walk away. It's a work in progress. It's my 16th chapel.
Yeah. Well, I know I was third in line about 6 months ago, so I know how that goes. All right, so we each have a different way that we got onto TikTok. I know Athena just finally got on here a week and a half ago after much push.
Yeah, I made one video. Yay.
And
It's all it takes.
yeah.
That's true.
So, what's your story? How did you get onto TikTok?
So it's actually, man. So my kids started out when it was Musically.
Mhm.
You know, they do some funny sounds every now and then at some point in time it switched over to TikTok. And my kids had already been bored with it, and I found it on one of the Facebook feeds as I was swiping through there, and I'm like, you know what? Let's check this out. I downloaded it. I think I spent 3 days surfing through people, and then I found Toby. I found in it. My very, very, very first video, 1,600 of them or so down, is actually Toby's audio where he goes, "I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do the scream. No, don't do the scream. I'm gonna do it." That was actually my very, very first video, and within 10 or so videos, I actually started to get followers and likes, and I was literally just talking to a camera for about a month before people actually started to watch it. So that's where my positivity started to come from, where it was more I wasn't talking to people. I was talking to myself through the camera, just trying to put positive affirmations out there to just keep doing it because I was having fun. And then that's when the whole thing started.
Yeah. See, when I came on was back when COVID first hit. Back in around April and May. And I have basically somewhat of a social anxiety disorder. So this was my way to get out there and talk to people and get to know people. So my first videos were all either duets or pictures with music, things like that. And then I started gently easing my way into being in front of the camera. And then, just like you, I found Toby. And I fell in love with him. You can't not love the two of them. And this was right after right after Joseph's death. And so he was going through a rough spot. And I don't know, this is kind of weaving off the topic here, but I know you said you haven't been on, but did you see any of the stuff yesterday? What he did on Friday?
Yes, I absolutely did.
Did you see the bar none?
Yeah. So I'm actually a huge bar none supporter and fan.
Yeah.
I don't have any GFC merch yet, but a huge fan of bar none. So when I saw him on stage, and he took the time out of his day to celebrate Joseph's birthday, just to make Toby and Angel feel a little less alone. How is that not why we're all here?
Exactly.
It's inspiring.
Yeah. I'll tell you a funny little story about actually how that came about. One of my followers sent me a message yesterday morning after the video that I did. I don't know if you've seen that video or not. But they messaged me asking me, saying, "Hey, I'm going to see Tainted tonight. And I'm going to ask Tainted and Jake if they would do a shout out to Toby for Joseph's birthday. Do you think that's okay? Or do you think that I'm overstepping my bounds?" And I told him, I said, "No, that's great. Go ahead and do it." And that person was the one that actually got Jake to do it, because she messaged me back and said, "I talked to Jake and Jake's going to do it during the Q&A." So it was pretty cool that she was able to get him to do that. And I just thought, I'm like, Jake, for all of his, I don't know what the best word is, craziness or personalities.
Bravado.
Yeah. We're on YouTube. That man has got heart of gold. He gives away so much money to places and people and does so much good in this world and does not look for any credit from it. It's just,
No.
I mean,
As a matter of
I mean,
fact,
it's
he
all-
spits in the face of the credit.
oh yeah, yeah, he really does. I mean, he's somebody I'd like to get onto a podcast sometime because I think it'd be insane to actually talk to him and get to know him better.
Yeah, well, I think what he doesn't get credit for is he's actually a highly intelligent guy. If me and him were to ever have a face-to-face conversation and he had heard this, he'd call me an asshole for that. But he's highly intelligent, and he's somebody that you could hold a conversation with. He wouldn't be able to create the content that he does if he wasn't that type of guy. So I think if you could get Jake Barr in a sit-down situation and just have a conversation with him, it's must-see TV.
Oh yeah, definitely. Can you imagine sitting him down with Toby for like an hour or two and having them two just talk?
I think you just put those two in a room, lock the door, and turn the cameras on and just watch.
that's that right there is just magic. Those two in the same room talking. While we're talking about other different creators, I'm gonna throw a name out at you. Blue Eye Darkness.
Blue Eye Darkness.
She has got to be one of the most positive creators that I've seen on this app.
Yeah. So I found Blue. I think she was at 5K when I found her. And I could just see it. I could see it and she really wasn't doing. Bob hadn't come out yet. Skullsy hadn't come out yet. She had done some OC, some makeups and stuff like that, but just the genuine caring. You listen, I identify with creators on a first glance more often than not because of their eyes. Like if I can look into somebody and I can feel what they're feeling in their video, you just gotta follow her and I'm gonna stick with you. And that's what it was with Blue.
Yeah.
I've been a day one follower of hers. She followed me back. It took her a little while, and that's fine. I don't care. That's not why I followed her. And then just the journey that woman has been on. And I don't know everything that's going on in her personal life, but I know that she's got some trials and tribulations that she's going through. And for her to still be in front of that phone and be who she is, again, it's just another case of the community that you can find on this app and the people that you can identify yourselves with and then become friends with is nothing short of amazing. I don't care. I don't care to pay attention to the negativity on TikTok because you can get sucked down that hole quick. And 4 hours later, you're in a shit mood and you have no idea what's been going on around you. I just choose not to do it. I focus on the Tobys, and I don't care what anybody says. You watch a Jake Barr video, a Bar None video, he's going to make you laugh. And although it looks on the surface like he's making negative content, he's just saying what every single one of us want to say. Tainted, Toby. There's so many that I'm forgetting. My Dog Pound family members, Amity, Lady Handcuffs, Katie Licious, Popo Co. There's a lot of creators that they're in my search feed now because they don't show up on my For You. They don't show up on my friends list. I got to go to their pages and watch their videos, because I've got 33,000 followers now and I'm following close to 3,000 people. I don't see the creators that I want to see. So you hit the search button and I got my list of 12 people that I go and check out everything they've posted in the previous 24 hours.
Yeah.
And Blue Eye Darkness is on that list.
Yeah, it's kind of funny with her that she kept showing up on my For You page. Every time I opened TikTok, she was the first video on my For You page for like a week and a half. And I kept watching her content, looking at it. And it was right before Christmas, she was doing Skulzy, and then she started doing the Christmas Skulzy. And so I started following her, and I went back and looked at her other videos, and I'm like, she is really good. She is very positive. She's very, her eyes and her smile and the way she reacts, her facial expressions are just amazing. And then when
She's
she
truly
started,
talented. She's
yeah,
somebody that I would classify as an entertainer.
yeah, yeah. But then when she started doing the body positivity videos,
Mm,
I was
mm.
just blown away by the fact that she did those. Because I know that had to be really, really
And
hard because you could
see,
tell.
that's tough for her. Not a lot of people know how actually difficult that is for her. She's not only is she trying to create body positivity through what she's doing, she's also trying to gain confidence in herself. And
Yeah,
I think both are working very
yeah,
well.
yeah. I was so glad to see that, and I'm actually going to call in a favor from you on that one because she does follow you. She does not follow me. I want to get her on the show, so I'm going to
I
ask
can
you to
definitely
reach.
talk to her.
Yeah, um, and I'd love to have you back on that night if I do get her on here too. Um,
I'm always
just
game.
um, I know we don't have but one viewer in here right now, and I just realized that's actually me because I have it up on my phone. um, um, and it's your fault too because you didn't post a video
That's
talking about it.
actually that's what happened when I left. Is I went to go make a video.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, better late than never.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
no, the whole thing about this is positivity, and that's the reason why my PCP logo is on my page. Is positivity creates peace, and that's the whole message that I want to spread through TikTok, both me and Athena. Um, there's too much negativity going on, not just in the world, but on TikTok. I mean, I
Oh,
can.
there's just too much crap in the world in general.
There is.
Mm.
You could, like you said, spend 4 hours on TikTok getting upset at stupid people and battling back and forth and all of these groups. And it's been a conversation in Toby's lives a lot about people battling back against Toby's army, saying that, oh, Toby's army did this or Toby's army did that. They're just his sheep. I mean, come on. We all love Toby, but we're not sheep. We follow him because we like the content that he does. We like what he stands for,
Yeah.
and the other people that are there are family, like me
Yeah.
and you. I mean, I don't remember exactly
Absolutely.
how I started following you. It was through one of your videos, and then you ended up following me back, and we've been talking since then and joking around, and somehow another man crush became involved, but don't vaguely remember that, but I'm trying to forget about it. I'm drinking my that thought. But no, this is non-alcoholic. This actually, if you have not tried
Same.
it, is the bomb. This is Mountain Dew.
Watermelon.
Yeah, Major Melon.
Oh yeah, it's
This
good
stuff
stuff.
is so good.
Yeah, no, I'm non-alcoholic today.
I'm non-alcoholic every day.
Me too.
I got a coach tomorrow.
That's a good reason, yeah. So I think you had one more question on your list.
No, I think we just covered. My other question was about some of your other favorite creators on TikTok.
Oh,
And I think we just had that conversation.
okay.
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, there really is a lot. I think some of my favorites are the ones that I found before they were immensely popular. Tainted.
Yeah.
I tell the story all the time that when Tainted first got started, I was already at, I don't know, 24, 25K. And he started following me, and I didn't know who he was right away. And somebody said, "Hey, this guy's live, and he's absolutely hilarious. And he says he's a huge fan of yours. You should pop in there." And now I don't know if those were his exact words or not. But so I popped in, and he was like, "Oh my God, Limitless, I love your content." Da, da, da. So I started following him from there. And dude, he has more talent in his pinky than I've got head to toe. And to watch his growth is amazing. Ty Garcia, love his stuff. You guys all know Bomber. I love his videos. You know, there's always Kendra and Robert.
Yeah.
Huge fan of what they're doing. Jacoby Ray. He's another one. I know he's immensely popular, but getting an opportunity to meet Jake in person, and Timmy and Pops and all those guys, meeting them in person and seeing how genuinely pure their hearts are. Oh my God. They could make a video where they just do this for 60 seconds. I'm going to watch it twice, like it, comment, and share it, just because that's the kind of great people that they are. I think it's more fun for me to get on TikTok and try to find somebody that nobody knows about and like, comment, follow them, boost them up in their private messages, because I don't want people to think I chase clout by going and find small creators. I try to give them encouragement in their private messages. I do a lot of things behind the scenes for small creators that way. And then, you know, I'll throw them a duet every now and then, or, you know, do a one of my famous reaction videos that everybody seems to love. So yeah, I don't know. My favorite creator is the next one that I find, I guess, outside of the ones that we've already talked about.
Yeah. I love running across new people. I mean, I like people like Beer Bong John, Iron Sanctuary. I mean, you got the big names that everybody loves, and then you find some of the smaller ones that nobody's heard of, but their content is phenomenal. And you think to yourself, okay, how do I help get this person the exposure they need? Because they need to be one of the big people that everybody sees. And like you said, it's through the duets, it's through the sharing. I don't have that many followers. I mean, I have 1,500 followers. I had 500, and then Toby did one of his follow lives, and I picked up 1,000 people in 5 minutes. Just
That's pretty great.
Just because he mentioned me and had everybody go follow me. But the thing is, I kept those 1,000. Not a lot of people that go into those things keep the people that they do. They go in.
We keep up with your content too.
Right.
You're always making videos.
Yeah.
So there's always something to go back to.
Yeah, and that's one thing that you got to do. Is, I mean, a lot of people get on here and they'll do a video and then they may wait a week or two to do another one. If you want to stay relevant, you got to keep going. Do a video at least once a day, I think.
Yo, absolutely.
But
it's probably going to take me a good 3 weeks to bounce back from the last 2 weeks that you know, I've just been focusing on work and the kids and stuff like that, just to get relevant again on TikTok and the algorithm. It's probably going to take me a good 3 weeks of, you know, 3-4 videos every day.
Yeah, I hate the algorithm, but it is what it is. We can't do anything about it. Yeah, I know. And Yeah, I don't even want to get into that because that's not a positive thing to talk about. But you did talk about coaching. You're coaching tomorrow. I asked you because we actually had another plan for this podcast, which we decided not to go with. Um, and I asked you what charity is that you'd like to donate to, and you said you didn't really have a charity, but you'd like to actually donate or contribute to your local youth sports leagues. What?
Yeah.
I know you said you have a daughter and a son participating. Is it that the only reason, or is there other reasons why that you would choose to donate your money there, or what's the story behind that?
So it's one in particular. It's called the Lakeview Little Bulldogs. Um, they provide football and cheerleading for kids from from first grade to sixth grade, because the school district, or actually for that matter, the area that we're in, there is no organized cheerleading or organized football for the kids until they get to high school, which starts at seventh grade. Um, we're not the only one. All the schools, all the districts have their own. But due to illness issues when I was a child, I wasn't able to play for the Lakeview Little Bulldogs. But football was such a huge part. I'll be honest, the biggest reason why I am playing football in high school and being on a team and being with those guys. So I always said that when my son was old enough, he was going to try football. And then if he loved it, he could stay in it. I mean, I wasn't going to force him to do it. And he's going into next season. He'll be a sixth grader, so it's his last year in the Lakeview Little Bulldogs. So when I say that I don't really go after a charity, it's because if I have extra time or extra money, it goes to the Lakeview Little Bulldogs, because one of the things that we try to do is, it could be up to $150 to $250 to play football by the time you do your registration fees and get your jersey and stuff like that. Yeah. Well, we have families sometimes that just doesn't work for them. So we will give them a scholarship and they'll get to play football for free. Now we'll help them out with the jersey the best we can and all of those things. Because, we get jerseys made, they have their names on them, they get to keep the jerseys when everything's done. So yeah, that's why I'm the head coach. Well, I was last season. We vote for new head coaches every year. I'm going to apply for it, but I've been the head coach of my son's team for the last 3 years. So every waking moment from when the season starts until the season's over, I'm on the field with the boys. And then when it comes to fundraising, I always try to do the best that I can.
That's awesome, man. I can totally understand why you would put your money that way, because that's putting it back into the youth is really a great thing. And sports does a lot for how we raise kids nowadays. So that's definitely a good thing.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I can tell you that even though it happened later for me in life, being in high school, it got me off. It got me away from doing horrible things. It got me off the streets, quote unquote. I don't live in an urban area, but I wasn't a good kid. And then once I found football, that all changed. And then once I found Bonnie, it changed even more.
Yeah. They tend to have that effect on us.
Don't they though?
Yeah. So speaking of Bonnie making a change in sports, I showed your TikTok to Athena today about where you were talking about wearing the cleats on the field. Is it all right to talk about that? Because that was a pretty powerful video.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely okay to talk about it.
Right. That was a really powerful video to watch, because I've done a lot of work with people. Actually, when I met Athena, I was working with an outreach program at my church that I used to go to, that we had a non-profit coffee house that was opened up during the time frames when there was NA and AA meetings at the church. It gave people a place to come, get a cup of coffee for free. I mean, it was a full-fledged coffee house. So I got to hear a lot of stories about people that were in recovery, not only from alcohol and drugs, but their trials and what led them to make that change in their life. So when I saw that video, and like I said, I showed it to Athena tonight, it hit
Mhm.
home because it's something that I haven't experienced it myself, but I've been around hundreds, hundreds of people going in and out of programs that have been. And I don't know what this is worth, but I'm glad you met Bonnie, and I'm glad that you got all of that turned around. I hate that your friend wasn't able to, but it's a really positive video that you did, and I'm glad that you posted it. And did we lose him?
I think we lost him again
That would be great. After all that,
after all that. He'll be back.
he'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
When you come into our podcast, that's the view, the face that you get when you're sitting here staring at us for 37 minutes. And there he goes.
Oh well.
And he'll be popping back in a minute, hopefully.
Okay.
Um, so
So we're having a good talk.
we're having a very good talk. It's getting good
Yeah.
to Limitless. We have a lot of the same thoughts and stuff about things. And I didn't realize that. Oh, here he comes.
Okay.
Oh, my mouse went dead. Mouse is still dead. Okay. Welcome back, Mr. Kata.
Oh my goodness. And now I supposedly have a really good Wi-Fi connection right now, so let's hope that holds up.
So did you get any of that?
I got all of it. I actually got all of it.
Okay.
Okay.
I was going to say, because I can't remember half of what I just said. So.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate everything that you said. That video was it was actually easier to post than I thought that it would be. And I'm not even sure why I felt like recording it in the first place, but in the end, I'm glad that I did. Pete was a huge part of my life, and he was actually a huge part of Bonnie's life. Our last prom picture, me and Bonnie's last prom picture that we took, Pete is actually in it with us. He was a very, very big part of our lives. And Bonnie reached a point where it was like, all right, we're getting to the end of this high school thing. I'm not playing around anymore. So either it's straighten your life out or I'm gone. And it was that quick. I was done. I didn't want anybody else in my life, romantically. So it was not a difficult decision, and I did it. I'm not saying it was easy. I'm not saying I didn't fall off the wagon, but I can confidently say that every day that my beautiful Faith Ann has been on this earth, I have been clean. And it's Bonnie, it's Faith, and it's even Pete. who helps keep me in that straight and narrow every single day. And that the biggest bond that we had was football. I don't know how I got his cleats, but I can promise. I told Mom and Deb is what I call her, his mother. I told her a long time ago, you're never getting them back. They're mine now.
I think in a way that you were probably supposed to have them.
I think so too.
I think that's a reminder from him, probably.
Yeah, and actually, she, my best friend's sister Beth, she's on the app, and I didn't know that Mama Deb was on the app, but she is. They both found the video and broke me.
Yeah, I bet they did.
Yeah, and then found a bunch of people that I went to high school with that I didn't know that were on the app, and then they broke me.
Yeah, they people tend to break you when you have when you're least expecting it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's that was a very powerful video. And Bonnie, I don't know if you can hear me wherever you're at, but thank you.
I will tell her.
Because we like having you around, bud. You're an incredible creator. You're an incredible person. So
Thank you.
Definitely glad I can call you a friend.
100%.
Yeah. And you're the first guest on the podcast, even though nobody's here.
And it's only going to go up from here.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, it's that's the one thing I like about these podcasts is you can sit back and talk. It doesn't matter if there's anybody here or not. I mean, It's conversation between friends. So they can go back and watch it later. They have their chance to be here and chat with us. They missed out.
Yeah.
All right.
So, I know we normally go an hour on these things, but you got to coach in the morning. So I think we might tie this one down a little bit early tonight because we have got plans in the morning if we don't get iced, and they're calling for what, 1 inch, 2 inches of snow tonight.
Yeah, which isn't a lot, in general, but it's a lot for us because we get the ice with it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, they got a calling for 1 inch of snow, and I think they said like 0.2 of an inch of ice on top of it. So
it's sketchy.
We might try to sneak out tonight and take care of a few things. But I really appreciate you coming on the show tonight, man. I do.
Yeah, thank you. It was good talking to you.
I can promise you both I'm way more appreciative that you guys would have me be the first one. So thank you so much. And when this thing blows up and you guys are, you're being talked about, 2-3 years from now, just don't forget about us little guys.
Dude, let me tell you, you're welcome to the show anytime. We're going to be doing it on Saturday nights. So if there's a Saturday night you're not on Pork Chops or doing something, shoot me a message. Say, hey, are you doing the live podcast tonight? I'm like, yeah. I'll send you the link. You can come in and guest host with us. I'd
love to.
I can do up to 10 people on here at a time. So yeah, it's anytime you want to be on, you're welcome on. So
I appreciate that.
Okay.
And I'll touch base with you about trying to get a hold of Blue Eyed Darkness because I would love to have her on the show, like I said.
Yeah, I'll reach out. I'll reach out to Blue.
She doesn't follow me, so I can't email her.
Well, that's how Wrath got a follow by her too. Is he did the same thing when we were on Bones' show together. Well, you don't follow me, and it wasn't but 5 minutes after that. After Bones' show, she started following him.
Do you see who Bones is having on his show? He's got Timmy Trent on there.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Good for Timmy. Good for Bones.
Yeah, so that should be a good show to watch, I think.
Absolutely. People don't understand just because he's Jake's best friend how funny and how genuine Timmy really is.
Yeah, he is funny. So, all right, we have Athena's closing quote. Excuse me. Quote. I can't.
Athena's quote corner.
Quote corner.
I like
All
it.
right, so I just want to close with a quote. It's a nice quote. Though no one can go back and make a brand new start, anyone can start from now and make a brand new ending. And that's attributed to Karl Bard, but they also say that Zig Ziglar said it too. So,
I like that.
That's
yeah.
hey, we
Thought
can't
for the
change the
evening.
past, but we can change our future.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, buddy. I appreciate it again having you on.
All
We will
My
see
right.
you
pleasure.
on the line.
Thanks to
Everybody
our
out there
viewers.
watching this later. Love your faces. Stay positive. Remember, positivity creates peace. Bye.
Good night.